So if you think about that situation where MicroStrategy is about to book an 80 or $18 billion gain on their company because of Bitcoin. And when that happens, it's probably going to, the price will probably shoot up. It would have to. Because if we look at Tesla, they booked a $600 million gain from Bitcoin and their share price jumped up 5% overnight. So you'd think, regardless of, you can't really say that it's going to jump up 50% or something stupid like that, but it will jump up. And I think in a noticeable way. And you are going to have people reaching out to their financial advisors saying, what the hell have you been doing here? MicroStrategy here, this was a very obvious thing for anybody who's paying attention, what's happening. Bitcoin, a very obvious thing for anybody who's paying attention. So why the fuck were you not paying attention? There's going to be a lot of this over the next couple of years. There's going to be a lot of very unhappy clients at financial advisory firms around MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. And I think it's just a good lesson in general for everybody out there right now. And if you think about it like this, what's the term that I'm looking for is lifelong learners, essentially. So my theory on this is you should always try to align yourself with learners, whether that's friends, business partners, financial advisors, anybody. You should always be looking for people who learn, want to learn, actively learning every single day. Because if you think about most financial advisors out there over the age of like 55, 60, they've pretty much mailed it in, right? And I don't want to say everybody, because I've actually talked to some really, but that's exactly my point here, is the people I've talked to, they're learners. They understand what's kind of happening with Bitcoin. At least they caught their attention and they're actively trying to learn more about it. Those are learners. And I've talked to a few of them. I work with a couple of them. But on the flip side, there's a lot of people who are 55, 60 in this financial advisory role. They've had clients for 30 years. They've just been taking fees every year from their funds. Probably, even if they're performing well, they're at a stage now where they're done learning. They spend their days talking on the phone with their clients. They've switched from being learners to good talkers, essentially. And so I think it's just a really good lesson for us and for everybody out there, is you should always try to align yourself with lifelong learners, because they're always looking to grow. They're growing. And you want to surround yourself with people who are growing. And so if you compare that to somebody who's just, mailed it in for the next 5-10 years, they know they're good. Like there's not a whole lot that can harm them at this point. And maybe some of them do a little bit of learning, but for the most part, they just spend their days talking to clients. And every time that they rebalance funds, they just take a little bit off of there. So try to, in life, align yourself with the people who are learners. I think that you'll get much further ahead. And that's just one example with the financial advisor, but it's pretty much applicable to all aspects.